What if I told you that the chair you're sitting in right now could be the key to feeling stronger, more energetic, and more confident in your daily life? If you're over 60 and finding that your body doesn't quite move the way it used to, you won't believe how these simple movements can transform how you feel each day. Stay with me until the end. I'm sharing a special breathing technique that melts away tension and helps you sleep better tonight. Don't miss it. Good morning and welcome back. I'm so happy you're here today because we're about to embark on something truly wonderful together. This video is all about helping you reclaim that strength and confidence in your body, especially if you're a senior who's looking for a gentle way to stay active without putting stress on your joints or pushing yourself too hard. Picture this, it's mid-afternoon, you've been sitting for a while, maybe reading a book or catching up on your favorite show, and you start to feel that stiffness creeping in. Your back feels a little tight, your shoulders are hunched forward, and when you finally stand up, your knees protest just enough to make you wince. Sound familiar? That's exactly what we're addressing today with this gentle 10-minute chair workout designed specifically for our bodies that have lived full, beautiful lives and deserve to be treated with respect and care. I know what you might be thinking, exercise? At my age? I can barely bend down to tie my shoes some days. Trust me, I understand completely. That's why everything we're going to do today uses a sturdy chair as your support system. No getting down on the floor, no fancy equipment needed, just you and that reliable chair that's probably sitting in your dining room or living room right now. This isn't about pushing until it hurts or forcing yourself through intense movements. This is about gentle, mindful movement that honors where your body is today while helping it feel just a little bit better tomorrow. Before we dive in, I want to share a story with you about my dear friend Eleanor. Eleanor is 78 years young and has lived in the same charming little house for over 40 years. She's the kind of woman who always has a pot of tea ready when you visit and remembers the names of your grandchildren without missing a beat. About a year ago, Eleanor started noticing that her everyday activities were becoming more challenging. Reaching for the sugar on the top shelf made her shoulder ache. Standing up from her favorite armchair required a little push and sometimes a little prayer. Even her beloved gardening was becoming a source of frustration rather than joy because her knees would remind her, quite firmly, that she wasn't as young as she used to be. One afternoon, while we were sharing tea and her famous lemon cookies, Eleanor confessed that she was worried about losing her independence. "I've always taken care of myself," she said, her voice soft but determined. "I don't want to become a burden on my children or have to leave my home just because my body won't cooperate." That's when I mentioned a gentle chair exercise routine I'd been learning about, something simple she could do right in her living room, no special clothes or equipment needed. Eleanor looked skeptical at first, raised an eyebrow in that way only she can, but she agreed to try it with me that very afternoon. We pushed her coffee table aside, grabbed two sturdy dining chairs, and spent just 10 minutes going through some gentle movements. By the end, Eleanor was surprised to find herself breathing a little easier, sitting a little straighter, and feeling a touch more alive in her body. Fast forward to today, and Eleanor has made these chair exercises part of her daily routine, right between her morning crossword puzzle and her afternoon tea. She tells me her garden is thriving again because she can bend and reach with less pain. She's even started joining her daughter for weekly trips to the farmer's market, something she'd given up months before because walking around too long left her exhausted and achy. "It's not that I'm running marathons," she laughed during our last visit, "but I'm living my life again on my own terms. And that makes all the difference." Eleanor's story is why I wanted to share this gentle chair workout with you today. Because I believe that every one of us deserves to feel strong, capable, and confident in our bodies, no matter our age. So if you're ready to spend the next 10 minutes investing in yourself, in your strength, and in your independence, let's get started. Grab a sturdy chair, one without wheels, preferably with arms if you need a little extra support, and let's begin this journey together. First things first, let's talk about safety because that's our number one priority here. Make sure you're using a sturdy chair that doesn't rock or slide. Place it on a non-slip surface, maybe on a carpet or rug rather than a slippery floor. Wear comfortable clothes that allow you to move freely and supportive shoes if you have them. If at any point during our workout you feel pain, not the good "I'm working my muscles" sensation, but actual pain, please stop immediately. This is about helping your body, not hurting it. And of course, it's always a good idea to check with your doctor before starting any new exercise routine, especially if you have existing health concerns. Now, let's take a moment to settle into our seats. Sit toward the front half of your chair with your feet flat on the floor, hip-width apart. Feel your sit bones making good contact with the chair. Your back should be nice and straight but not rigid. Imagine there's a string attached to the top of your head gently pulling you upward. Your shoulders are relaxed, not hunched up by your ears, and your arms are resting comfortably at your sides or on the armrests if your chair has them. Take a deep breath in through your nose, feeling your chest expand, and then exhale slowly through your mouth. Let's do that twice more together, just breathing and arriving in this moment in your body exactly as it is today. Perfect. Now we're ready to begin our warm-up, which will gently prepare your body for the exercises to come. Let's start with some neck rolls to release any tension you might be holding in your upper body. Drop your right ear toward your right shoulder, not forcing it, just allowing your head to tilt gently to the side. You might feel a nice stretch along the left side of your neck. Hold for a breath, then slowly roll your chin down toward your chest, feeling the stretch shift to the back of your neck. Continue rolling so your left ear comes toward your left shoulder and then back to center. Let's do that one more time, starting with your left ear to left shoulder this time and moving in a slow, gentle half circle. Remember, we're not rolling our heads all the way around, just these gentle half circles from shoulder to shoulder. Next, let's wake up those shoulders that do so much for us every day. Roll your shoulders forward in small circles as if you're drawing tiny circles with them. Do this 5 times and then reverse, rolling them backward 5 times. Feel the way this loosens any tightness that might have settled in from sitting or sleeping in one position too long. Now for our arms. Extend your right arm out to the side at shoulder height, palm facing forward. Gently swing your arm forward across your body as if you're giving yourself a one-armed hug. Return to the starting position and repeat 5 times, then switch to your left arm. This helps loosen your shoulder joints and prepares your upper body for the work ahead. Finally, let's wake up those ankles that support us with every step. With your feet flat on the floor, lift your right heel while keeping your toes on the ground, then lower your heel and lift your toes. It's like a gentle rocking motion. Do this 10 times, then switch to your left foot. This improves circulation in your lower legs and gets your ankles ready for our leg exercises. Wonderful! Your body should be feeling a bit more awake now, and we're ready to move into our main exercises. Remember, we're aiming for gentle movement that energizes rather than exhausts, so follow along at your own pace and modify as needed to make this work for your unique body. Let's start with a seated march to get our hearts pumping just a little faster. Sitting tall with your abdominals engaged, imagine you're trying to pull your belly button toward your spine. Lift your right knee up toward the ceiling as high as is comfortable, then lower it back down. Now lift your left knee. Continue alternating like you're marching in place, but seated. Let's do 20 total marches, 10 on each side. If you'd like to add a little spice to this, you can swing your opposite arm as you lift each knee, just like you would if you were walking. This coordination is great for your brain as well as your body. Next, let's work those important arm muscles that help us carry groceries, pick up grandchildren, and reach for items on high shelves. We'll do seated arm curls. If you have small weights at home, you can use those, but water bottles or cans of soup work just as well. If you prefer, you can do this without any weights at all. Your own body resistance provides plenty of challenge. Hold your weights or make fists at your sides, palms facing forward. Keeping your upper arms steady against your sides, bend at the elbows to bring your hands toward your shoulders like you're showing off your muscles. Hold for a moment at the top, really squeezing your biceps, then slowly lower back down. Let's do 12 repetitions together. Remember to breathe throughout, exhale as you lift, inhale as you lower. Now let's give some attention to those chest muscles that help with everything from pushing open heavy doors to maintaining good posture. We'll do a seated chest press. Hold your weights or press your palms together in front of your chest, elbows bent out to the sides. Press your arms forward until they're extended in front of you, then slowly bring them back to the starting position. The key here is to keep your back straight against the chair, no leaning forward. Let's do 12 repetitions, breathing out as you press forward, in as you return. Time to work the back of your arms, those triceps that can get a bit soft as we age. Holding a weight in your right hand, raise your right arm straight up toward the ceiling. Bend at the elbow to lower the weight behind your head, keeping your upper arm close to your ear. Now straighten your arm back up toward the ceiling, focusing on using the muscle at the back of your arm to power the movement. Let's do 10 repetitions on the right side, then switch to the left arm for 10 more. If reaching your arm overhead is uncomfortable for your shoulder, you can modify by keeping your arm lower and just focusing on the elbow bend. Let's shift our focus to the core, those essential muscles that support your spine and help with balance and stability. Sit tall at the front of your chair, hands resting lightly on the edge of the seat for support. Lean back slightly until you feel your abdominal muscles engage, maintaining a straight spine rather than rounding. Hold this position for a count of 5, then return to your starting position. Let's repeat this 10 times. This gentle core activation strengthens your abdominals without putting stress on your back. For a little rotational movement, which is important for everyday activities like turning to look behind you or reaching for something on a side table, let's do seated twists. Sit tall with your feet flat on the floor. Place your hands lightly on your knees or hold them at chest height. Inhale to prepare, then exhale as you twist to the right, leading with your ribcage and letting your head follow. Don't force the rotation, just go as far as feels comfortable. Inhale back to center, then exhale as you twist to the left. Let's do 8 repetitions on each side, moving with your breath. Now for our lower body, which is so crucial for maintaining independence and preventing falls. Let's do seated leg extensions to strengthen those quadriceps, the large muscles at the front of your thighs. Sit tall with your feet flat on the floor. Extend your right leg until it's straight, foot flexed so your toes point toward the ceiling. Hold for a count of 3, feeling the front of your thigh working, then slowly lower your foot back to the floor. Now do the same with your left leg. Let's alternate legs for a total of 16 extensions, 8 on each side. For the backs of your legs, those hamstrings that help you climb stairs and stand up from a seated position, we'll do seated leg curls. Sit toward the front of your chair with your feet flat on the floor. Keeping your knee in the same position, bend your right leg to bring your heel back toward the chair as far as comfortable, then return your foot to the floor. Do the same with your left leg. Continue alternating for 16 total curls, 8 on each side. You should feel this working the backs of your thighs. To strengthen your hips and work on stability, let's do seated leg lifts to the side. Sit tall with your feet flat on the floor. Keeping your knee bent at a 90-degree angle, lift your right leg out to the side a few inches, then return to the starting position. Do 10 repetitions on the right side, then 10 on the left. This targets your hip abductors, which are essential for balance and stability when walking. Wonderful job! We're now going to cool down with some gentle stretches to help prevent stiffness and increase flexibility. First, let's stretch those chest muscles that can get tight from sitting or hunching over. Sit tall and bring your arms behind you, clasping your hands together if possible. Gently lift your chest and press your shoulders back and down. Hold for a count of 10, breathing deeply. If clasping your hands is uncomfortable, you can simply place your hands on the seat of the chair behind you. For your upper back, which works hard to maintain good posture, cross your arms in front of you and give yourself a gentle hug, pulling your shoulders forward. Hold for a count of 10, feeling the stretch between your shoulder blades, then release. To stretch your sides and create space for better breathing, extend your right arm overhead, gently bending to the left side. Don't lean forward or backward, just a pure side bend. Hold for a count of 10, then return to center and repeat on the other side, left arm overhead and bending to the right. For your lower body, extend your right leg in front of you, heel on the floor, toes pointing up. Sit tall and hinge forward slightly from your hips, keeping your back straight. You should feel a gentle stretch along the back of your right leg. Hold for a count of 10, then return to your starting position and repeat with your left leg. Finally, let's do a gentle ankle rotation to keep those joints mobile. Lift your right foot slightly off the floor and circle your ankle 5 times in one direction, then 5 times in the other. Repeat with your left ankle. This helps maintain good range of motion and circulation in your lower legs. Now, as promised, I'd like to share a special breathing technique that can help melt away tension and improve your sleep. It's called the 4-7-8 breath, and it's as simple as counting. Sit comfortably in your chair with your back supported. Close your eyes if that feels right. Place the tip of your tongue against the ridge of tissue just behind your upper front teeth and keep it there throughout the exercise. Exhale completely through your mouth, making a whoosh sound. Close your mouth and inhale quietly through your nose to a mental count of 4. Hold your breath for a count of 7. Exhale completely through your mouth, making a whoosh sound to a count of 8. This completes one breath cycle. Repeat this cycle 3 more times for a total of 4 breaths. This breathing technique activates your parasympathetic nervous system, your rest and digest mode, helping to calm anxiety and prepare your body for rest. It's a wonderful tool to use before bed or anytime you're feeling stressed or overwhelmed. And just like that, we've completed our 10-minute gentle chair workout. Take a moment to notice how you feel now compared to when we started. Perhaps there's a bit more warmth in your muscles, a little more ease in your joints, or a sense of accomplishment in your heart. Whatever you're experiencing, I want you to know that what you've done today is truly remarkable. You've invested in your health, your strength, and your independence, and that is something to celebrate. Remember, consistency is key with exercise. Even just 10 minutes a day can make a significant difference in how you feel and function. Consider making this part of your daily routine, perhaps in the morning to energize your day or in the afternoon when you might typically feel a slump in energy. I also want to emphasize that progress in fitness, especially as we age, isn't always about doing more or pushing harder. Sometimes it's about moving with greater ease, feeling more stable when you stand, or noticing that everyday tasks like carrying groceries or playing with grandchildren don't leave you quite as tired as they used to. These are the real victories worth celebrating. As we wrap up today, I'd love to hear from you in the comments below. How did this workout make you feel? Was there a particular exercise you enjoyed or one that felt challenging? Sharing your experience not only helps me create better content for you but also inspires our wonderful community of seniors who are all on this journey toward better health together. Thank you so much for moving with me today. Remember, you don't need to be perfect or push too hard, just showing up and doing what you can with the body you have right now is enough. I believe in you and I'm honored to be a small part of your wellness journey. Until next time, keep moving, keep smiling, and know that every small step you take toward better health is a step worth celebrating. If you enjoyed this gentle workout and found it helpful, please give this video a thumbs up and consider subscribing so we can continue this journey together. And don't forget to try that 4-7-8 breathing technique tonight before bed. I'd love to hear if it helps you sleep better. Take care, and I'll see you next time for another gentle movement session designed with you in mind.